Hi guys, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout process video for the Traveler's Notebook online design team, and I'm going to be scrapping these two photos of my kids. These were taken at Christmas time last year, and these were our professional portrait photos for the year. So I'm just trimming the photos down a bit, getting rid of all that extra not necessary background, and then I'm going to use my Scotch ATG gun and I'm going to glue them down onto some white background paper just to give them a bit of a border. Most of the products I use in this video are from the Traveler's Notebook online. All the links will be in the description box, along with my discount code that gets you 10% off. So now I am using the Merry Presents sheet from the Echo Park Merry and Bright paper pack, and I am just going to make that the border for my page. So here I just have some white cardstock and I'm just trimming off a little bit, about 1.5 centimeters from each edge, and then I'm going to cut the center out of this page and that will be my border. So I'm just cutting out the middle so that I just get more out of a sheet that way, so I'm not just wasting all that background that you're not even going to see. So once again, using my Scotch ATG, I'm just going to stick the white cardstock down on the border. We go, all done, and now I know I'm going to do some mixed media, so I'm just taking some white gesso and a rewards card. I think it was just like a gift discount card that came in the mail, and I'll just pop that down, and now I'm just sticking my photos together. I really like the way they're situated like that. Now I'm going through my bits and pieces to try and find some papers to mat this photo with. So I'm taking my Minte by Carola Celebrations 6x6 paper pad there with all the mints and pinks. And then I am taking my Simple Stories snap card pack there, and I'm taking out some of the larger cards and trying out some of those as matting papers. And those tags you see there, they're from Kaisercraft, and I've just got those recently. And the colours match pretty well, so I wanted to bring those in. So I'm going to use this sheet music backing card. Well, it's a journal card really, but that's going to be my first mat, and I'm just going to cut it down the middle and use it on either side of my photo layer there, my photo cluster. And then I'm going to go in with a few of these papers from the Minte pad, and I'm just putting in some pinks there, and then I'm going to come in with some of these mint colors. So as you can see from the paper that I use for my border, this collection has quite a lot of reds and greens, but it also has some of those minty blues and soft pinks. And as you can see in the photo, my son has that red shirt on, so there's a lot of red and there's a bit of green in the background and in the presents going on. So I really just wanted to try and bring in a bit more of that minty blue and that pink, and that's mostly what my mixed media is going to end up being. So as you can see there, I have gone through and cut out, fussy cut a lot of those little gifts and a lot of those ornaments from the papers in the Echo Park collection, and I intended to use more of the presents than I actually use. I only use a couple of them, but I use most of the ornaments, and I had a pretty good idea of what I wanted to do when I started out with this layout. So as you can see, I'll be the first to admit there's a lot going on in this layout. I do a lot of different techniques and different mixed medias and bits and pieces everywhere, but I am in love with how it turned out, so no regrets here. So I'm trying to think about more mats, and like as you can see, the back of my photo cluster is an absolute mess. I'm trying to use as little paper as I possibly can for my matting. I just hate waste. So here I decided I needed one more layer, so I'm going in with this. This is from the Kaisercraft Mint Wishes paper pack, this wood grain paper, and that's a really old collection. I've had it for a while now, but it's really pretty, has lots of mints, and I really like this wood grain, so I'm just going to use that as my final photo layer. Now I'm going to sped this up really quickly. I am going to lay out all my little ornaments in the kind of layout roughly where I want them to lay, just so I have an idea of where. You'll see what I do further on, but I kind of need to know where they're going to go. So now I'm spelling out Cuties with my alphas. I just want to make sure this fit. That's going to be the largest part of my title, so I'll come back to that. But before I stick my photo down, I kind of needed to know where they would go. So now I'm just marking with a pencil. I'm going to make a garland. So you'll see, and my camera goes out of focus of course, but I'm just going to sketch in with my pencil where I want that to go, and then I'm going to go in with some watercolor paints. So I'm going to do a bit of mixed media here. I'm trying to match that minty blue colour that's in the collection, and I'm just going to go all over where my garland will eventually sit, and this all makes a lot more sense once I finish, once you see where I'm going with this. But basically I just want a little bit of a soft background. I don't want it to be completely white because I'm going to do some hand stitching in white, so I want that to stand out a bit better. So this does go on for a while. I cut a lot of this out because I tend to fuss a lot with my mixed media. I go really light to start with, like this colour is barely noticeable, and then I have to sort of go a bit heavier, and it takes me a while. So, but anyway, it's a process, it's fun. And I have gone in with pencil there. I do, I've had some people say that they can't erase pencil very well off gesso, but that doesn't seem to be the case with my brand of gesso. I use the Montmartre brand, and I don't have any problems erasing the pencil marks. They erase straight off, so I don't have any reservations about using pencil on my background. So there I go in with a bit of a darker colour for my background. That stands out a lot better. And once I've finished doing that, I will go in a bit further down the bottom there to the right of my photo cluster. That is where my title is going to sit, so I just sort of want a bit of a background there. And my title is going to be in that pink, as you saw, so I want that minty blue and a little bit down there. I don't think you end up seeing most of that, but on the other side of my photo. And now I'm going in with the pink, and I'm just going to do some nice little splatters, nice bright pink splatters to bring in some of that pink. I love that. I love that colour combo. I'm just a big fan of that. Now I'm taking the snowy template from Kaisercraft, and I'm going to put down some modelling paste. Now I had an idea for this and it didn't work out very well, and the reason being I think because I'd already done watercolour and gesso and my background was already a bit warped, so my stencil, as you can see, it's not laying flat. I'm trying to get it to lay flat, but it doesn't really. So I was hoping that I could do my modelling paste, put that spray mist over, it's a bit of a silvery grey, and that it would just stick to the modelling paste, but yeah, that didn't really work. It splotched a bit, and as you can see there, I end up with a line, even though I didn't mask off my section. Yeah, so I am just taking a little bit of gesso there and blending that line out with my finger, the bit that you will see that isn't hidden by my photo, and that works just fine, so the day was saved. Thank goodness. Here I just do the same thing with the modelling paste minus the spray. There was already a bit of the mist on the stencil, so now I'm just going in, as you can see on the left hand side there's a bit of a blob of that mist, so I'm just going through on some of those bigger snowflakes, I would call them, and putting a bit more of that mist on those to try and like make it a bit more of an even pattern so it looks deliberate and not accidental, which is the case. But and a few splatters there. And then you can see I've gone in with my hand stitching. I've just stitched with some embroidery thread, and I've used all 6 strands of a white embroidery thread and just a normal back stitch. And now I'm going through and laying out all those ornaments on the strands, how I like them. I love how this turned out. I really love this effect. And just gluing those all down. I don't make you watch me glue them all down. So happy with how that garland turned out. It's so pretty. Okay, so moving on from there, look how messy that back of my photo mat looks, but you wouldn't know from the front, so who cares? And I have more paper to use on future layouts. So I'm just going through with my foam tape and I'm just popping up my mat, and I'm not getting it too close to the edges because I will want to embellish a bit, so I want to be able to slide things underneath. A bit of tacky glue. And I usually, when I do this, I usually go in off camera near the end and I put in some more foam like right on the edges once I've decided where everything's going to be. So now I want to put in my little tags, and I'm just cutting off the ends so they fit back there. And that blue one I'm going to use for my journaling, so I'm just doing a couple of lines, nothing fancy. So just drawing a line to give me a guide of where it's going to be seen. And I literally just write family photos, Christmas 2017. There's not much of a story. It was a photo shoot, professional shoot, so just cute photos. And my page wasn't sitting flat, so I've cheated a bit and used a bit of washi on the corner there. It works. Okay, now I'm breaking into the sticker sheet that comes with the Echo Park paper pad, and I'm just going to do a bit of embellishing. So I'm popping that tree down in the bottom left of my photo and the little flower cluster up in the top right there. So pretty. I love the stickers in this pack. Now I try out a couple more garlands. I try this bubble one and then I try this fa la la. It looks fine up there, but what I end up doing in the end I like a lot better, so I'm glad I didn't stick with any of those. Put in a little wreath and a little present sticker and that Merry Christmas to You banner. I love that there. I'm going to put in just another little flower below that. Kind of thinking it would have looked better if I'd kept it tucked underneath, but anyway, that's what I went with and I like it. So now I'm going to bring in some more of those, or some of those little fussy cut gifts, and nothing crazy here. I just put in a few. I just want a sort of little Christmas tree and gifts clustered down the bottom left there. And I don't know what I was doing here with these gifts. I was being super fussy about it. I pull it out, I turn around, I pull it out again and cut it. Yeah, it really wouldn't have made that much difference, but the things we get fussy about, seriously. And I think I do the same with this little pink one. Yep, and then just one last little red one there. And I really like how this looks in the end. Yep, gotta move that gift. I think I moved every single one of them. Okay, now I'm just propping up that sticker onto foam. And I'm going to go in with a bit of wet glue behind those stickers because I have gessoed and the glue on stickers doesn't like to stick to gesso. Oh, I apologise for that exposure. My camera's having a fit. So just a bit of glue on those tags now. And I'm taking what I had left from my embroidery thread and I am just tying that around the tag to make a little bow. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue behind that as well, just to keep it in place. I always like to use up little bits and pieces if I can. Now I'm going to glue down those alphas, and my title is going to be A Christmas Cuties. I totally stole that off Pinterest. I always struggle with layouts like this that don't really have a story to come up with a title, so I like that. And now these alphas are just stickers from the reject shop. I didn't glue them down. They're staying on there okay so far, so hopefully that lasts. But they're just little silver glitter alphas, and there's a capital set and a lowercase set. So I just put in Christmas there, and because they're silver glitter and that's the only silver glitter I have on the page, I wanted to bring some more in. And I've just recently got these snowflake die cuts from the dollar store. They're just a pack of silver and white ones, so I pulled out one of the silver ones, and I'm pretty much just going to use one snowflake for the whole layout. But they're so glittery, it goes really far. I really don't have to use too much of it. So I'm just popping a bit there by my title. Then I'm going to pop the rest, or most of the rest of it, up the top in this corner here. And I just love that little pop of glitter and sparkle up the top there, so I'm really glad I went with that rather than some more banner. And it kind of helps make that grey mist not look so strange as well. And now I'm popping in one last bit because I have to have my little cluster of 3. So up the top left of my photo mat there. Now this is the Craft Chirp sticker book that's also available on the Traveller's Notebook online, and I'm just taking one of the washi strips and tearing it to, my title just looked like it was floating a little bit, so I just wanted to ground it, and I really like that one. And then I'm taking some of the phrase stickers, I just want to pop that just below, and that pretty much completes my title. I'm pretty happy with that. And then I'm just going to pull in 2 more, so I have that, you know, group of 3. One down the bottom left there that says me and you, and then an XO and XO above my journaling there. And now, because I don't know when to stop, clearly, I'm just going to take some clear gems. These are just dollar store gems, and I'm just taking a little cluster of 3 and I'm going to put them around my title. And that's it. I mean, there's a lot going on this page, but gosh, I love it. It just turned out so beautifully. I'm really, really happy with it. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought of the layout in the comments. What would you do differently? And I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.